But it is true that he now made conscious efforts to adjust his writing style to a new, unadorned simplicity, which, he hoped, would make it easier for the less educated people of the working class to grasp his message. The teacher in him, and he remained one until his death, impelled him to write short didactic plays which did not need elaborate staging or trained actors, but might be performed by students and workers in school auditoriums, union halls, and factories. Brecht wrote, "These plays must be performed only by those who have use for them, worker choirs, non-professional theater groups, that is, by those who neither pay for art nor are being paid for it, but wish to create art." In contrast to the German theater of pompous rhetoric, Brecht reasserted an earlier tradition of clowns, jugglers, and street musicians, a theater of coarse, vivid language with the rhythms of common speech, of banal words in imaginative settings. He said, "In our theater, modern man is becoming a fossil, a blockhead, who can no longer distinguish between his own interests and those of his enemies." At a time when he was not yet a Marxist, he saw in modern man a new, more ritualized behavior, an erosion of individual differences. In Brecht's comedy, A Man is a Man, the hero is a good-natured dock worker in India. Finding himself in the British colonial army by mistake, he is converted into a bloodthirsty killer by his fellow soldiers. A Man is a Man demonstrates Brecht's didactic method. In showing how malleable men can be, he foreshadows the brainwashing techniques practiced by dictatorships on a systematic scale. In his search for new techniques, Brecht took part in an experimental film based on A Man is a Man. He pursued new ways of making theater audiences intellectually more alert while counteracting emotional over-involvement. In Brecht's view, the spectator should never lose him or herself completely in the action on stage, but should always remain aware that the action is taking place in a theater. The spectator must always ask, do things have to be like this? Or could the character in a particular situation behave differently? Brecht wants to keep the audience from emotional absorption in the stage action. Therefore, he uses disruptive new devices, posters, film clips, commentators on or in front of the stage, flashbacks, musical interludes. The epic theater sees man as an instrument of social forces and seeks to shock the audience into recognizing its power to alter circumstances. Brecht borrowed the term epic theater from the revolutionary stage director Erwin Piscator. His notes to The Rise and Fall of Mahagoni, the opera he wrote in 1930 with composer Kurt Weill, contain Brecht's first explicit exposition of his theory.